Hello and welcome back to another edition of FlowState. How is everybody doing on this fine day? I don't know if you're familiar with kalima, but it is I don't know if you can consider it a phenomena. Anyways, it's dust that comes from the Western Sahara off the coast of Morocco in Africa, and it carries this dusty sand, this haze that can go for hundreds and hundreds of kilometers, thousands even. There's been reports of dust particles being discovered in the United States and various other places in North America, I believe Central and South America as well. Anyways, you can see that it's quite hazy today, and the air quality is extremely poor. On the map, it's like all purple, which is the worst. So anyways, just a little aside before we get rocking and rolling. I feel strong today, and I hope you do as well. Depending on when you're watching this video, you're either finished with the gym training today, or you're going to be going later. Either way, I feel like we're going to be talking about vitality today. I'm in the process of building out the school community and implementing the various courses that I have broken down from the growth blueprint. Hola, buenos días. And vitality is the video I'm shooting today. So let's talk about vitality. Vitality is a multifaceted concept. It's not just one thing. It's not one size fits all. The significance of vitality on how well you perform every day it's everything. You wake up not feeling right because of what you did the day before. Vitality has to do with sleep as well. Vitality has to do with nutrition, your mind. There's so much going on there to unpack. And it's more than losing just a few pounds or kilos at the gym, just taking care of yourself as a baseline for growth. It's just basic. And that's why it's the first step in the growth blueprint, because the growth blueprint is designed to compound on every action that came before it. And vitality sets the foundation for your life. You can't go about doing deep and meaningful work if you feel like shit. It's just not going to happen for you. You can't go out and effectively serve other people if you feel like shit. It's just not going to happen. You may think you're engaging in meaningful work, but the gap between what you think is happening and reality is massive. Vitality. It is so important to activating your body, your mind, your spirit in a synergistic way to empower you to do the things that you want to do. Hola. Dog on dog action here. So for me, moving my body every day is vital. There are days where I exert more energy than others. Rest, learning how to leverage rest and recovery so that you can perform better is part of vitality. It's having a structured plan that over time becomes your lifestyle. These fundamentals are necessary for you to even begin to start implementing the other things that come after it. So on a very basic level, Vitality, when broken down, has a few components. Moving your body as the fundamental basis to vitality is the thing that I think we should talk about first. Whether you're struggling to get yourself energized, or whether you're actively engaged in a fitness routine, this conversation is still very relevant. And there is a difference between feeling motivated and going through the motions, and understanding that your feelings, the resistance to being motivated, is something that you will learn how to squash or kill or sacrifice. That's actually one of the few times that I feel confident in my use of that word sacrifice, which is kill, to kill something, okay? To offer it, it's a religious word, and you are sacrificing something to the gods. Or at least that's the origin of it. So in our modern society, I try not to use that word often because I look at life differently, and part of the growth blueprint is to incite this new paradigm of living and understanding within you, to see things for what they are, but to have focus and clarity of mind to be able to know the difference between active choosing and this idea of sacrifice. So movement is so fundamental, right? Every day you should be moving your body in some form or another. I like to engage in active recovery on days where I am resting. You're still benefiting from some light stretching, some breath work, foam roll, walking, swimming, sauna, cold plunge, hot tub, whatever. You know, frisbee golf, some kind of light sport activity that isn't something as high intensity as you would be engaging in on days where you're quote unquote training or participating in rigorous activity that is stimulating your central nervous system, where you feel out of breath, where you're breaking a sweat, where you're contributing to sustaining a healthy lifestyle at a high level, right? You're doing that while recovering as well. It's just different. You're leveraging different aspects of your body to perform at their best, and recovery is fundamental to that. There's no escaping it. There's no capacity to perform at 100% every day. It just doesn't work. And even if you think you are, you're not. Your body needs time to rest. Your mind needs time to rest. Sleep is a big part of it. So at the beginning of any journey, you're going to come in direct brute force contact with resistance. Stephen Pressfield talks about resistance from a creative perspective. I like to take what he's built and apply it to every aspect of your life. Procrastination is a form of resistance. You know, delaying the thing that you want or that you know that you need to do, well, procrastination again is resistance. Whoa. Understanding that for all humans, we are not in control of our emotions, meaning that things happen automatically, which creates a feeling inside of us, and that's an automatic system. How we choose to respond, or let's say react in an unconscious manner, right? Response, conscious, react, unconscious, which can be sometimes benefit and life-saving, but we're not going to use that example in our conversation today. We're focusing on response. And so what you choose to respond with is 100% in your control. Now, whether you react 99% of the time and you're here because you want to shift that to responding, that's a step in the right direction, especially when you're confronted with resistance. Resistance is a subset of emotions predicated on all kinds of limiting beliefs, other people's expectations, general laziness. The list goes on. And so how do we, when confronted with resistance, have a strong mindset to power through and do the thing? And, you know, I'll take a little aside with this because I think it's very relevant. Like the dishes, doing the dishes. You may have heard me talk about this, right? This is like such a simple thing, very relatable. You know, you've made a nice meal, maybe you got a little sloppy, you didn't do all the dishes as you normally did while cooking. And there's resistance that builds up to actually doing the thing that you know needs to be done in the moment that will serve your future you while taxing your present moment and powering through and just doing it does a bunch of shit for you, okay? Of course, I just forgot the name of this region in your brain that grows every time you do something that you don't want to do. And this is directly correlated to grit, to discipline, and, as I see it, a happy fucking life. One that you are in control of consciously. Those are so sharp. And one that you can be proud of because you're living in it every single day. Oof. You know, I jabbed my toe into the side of a bed yesterday evening, and it hurts so bad. Not all the time, but when I'm going downhill especially. All right. So, vitality. Moving your body, resting, having a mindful system to empower you to get the results you're looking for. Sí. Okay? Tiga, come here. Tiga. Sí. Del sur.
¿Va a pescar?
No sé.
Está bonito, ¿eh?
Sí, gracias. 4 años.
¿Ahora cuándo es?
Sí. Adiós, buen día. Got a little opportunity to witness my broken Spanish, or Castellano, I should say. Although hazy, it's still such a beautiful location down here. All right, I just completely lost my train of thought. We're talking about vitality, moving our body, systems, building systems that support you, much more powerful than habits. For example, a system to empower you to effectively get to the gym starts, like all things, the night before. I mean, there are a few steps to go before this, right? Like, one is, don't pick a gym an hour from your fucking house, right? Unless that's the only option. And if that's the only option, it may not make sense to actually participate and join in a gym. It may make more sense. Let me just do one of these. Beautiful. Sorry, I gotta take the YouTube thumbnail. Appreciate your patience with this. All right, maybe that's it. So it may make more sense for you to invest in some resistance bands, some kettlebells, a pull-up bar, you know, for like $200, euros, whatever. You got yourself something that you can leverage every day that requires zero commute time. And whether you live in an apartment or in a remote area, you got it. You got it covered. Your natural body weight can provide enough resistance to start you on your journey, and as you progress, you just increase the number of reps that you're doing. For example, a pull-up. How many pull-ups can you do? 1? 5? 30? Not many people can do 30 pull-ups. I can't. I actually don't know how many I can do. But the point is, you don't need a gym in order to practice body weight training. You actually don't even need anything. Push-ups, sit-ups, all kinds of different body weight exercises. You have 2 chairs, you can do dips, you can do all kinds of different targeted exercises that will give you so much benefit. Walking, running, all free. No matter where you live, you can do it. Yes. Maybe it's cold. Yes. Maybe it's raining. Yes. Maybe it's both. Fuck your feelings. Get activated. Do the thing. You will feel so much better. I was just talking to a client this morning. He was feeling a little down, and he went for a run, remembered his training, his protocol, and he felt instantly better. He sent me a message saying that he felt instantly better because of it. Yes, not exercising is actively choosing to take a depressant. Look at it that way. especially when you feel like shit and you don't feel like doing it. Doing the thing, engaging in that behavior, that difficult, taxing behavior, you're gonna get instant, well, maybe not instant, but certainly 10 minutes into moving your body, you're gonna feel different. And you might feel differently within a minute or two. The point is that there's gonna be resistance. And it's a choice. Do you choose to stay sedentary? Do you choose death over life? Do you choose to love yourself or hate yourself? These are these questions that you're actively battling every single time that you're confronted with resistance. Being lazy is a form of negative thinking that doesn't serve you and your interests. Actively taking control over your life, actively working towards empowering yourself through vitality in order for you to achieve the things that you want to achieve is the only way. You need to be energized. You need oxygen pumping through your body and not just flatlining sitting at a desk. I know that a lot of people work in offices, and that's fine and totally cool, okay? It's what you choose to do when you're at the office that can empower you and make all the difference. These micro actions, setting a timer for every 45 minutes to guarantee that you stand up and stretch for 3 minutes. It takes zero effort, zero time. You just do it, auto repeat, or every hour and 10 minutes, whatever the case may be, you just do it. You set it and you build it into your lifestyle. Activate your body, you will be more productive. It might mean the difference between you staying stagnant in one position and something clicking, and then you excelling and propelling into the next stage of your life and career. All because you have a little bit more oxygen pumping through your body. Your brain sucks oxygen. It needs oxygen. When I come back from shooting this video, we'll talk about nutrition, because that is fundamental to supporting your newfound activity level, or refining nutrition because you're already active, but maybe you're missing out on a few things. Check out the 10 steps to everyday action. It's in the link in the description. I'll be back. Are you ready to build a life you're excited to wake up to? That's at the heart of my 10 steps to everyday action, a journey designed to create meaningful change daily. It's not about a quick fix or another generic life hack. This is a structured 91-day journey with emails that meet you where you are to help you build a life aligned with your values and goals. Over the next 3 months, you will receive tools, insights, and exercises to gain clarity, strengthen your mindset, and turn everyday actions into real progress. Imagine small, intentional steps that don't feel good for a day, but create lasting impact. This journey supports all parts of you, from setting purposeful goals to learning how to balance work and wellness. It's about building habits, breaking through limits, and celebrating progress on your terms. If you're ready to commit to a journey that brings out the best in you, download the 10 steps to everyday action using the link in my bio, or drop a comment below and I'll send it to you. Let's start this journey together. And we're back. I hope you enjoyed that promo for the 10 steps to everyday action, and I hope you took action and entered in your name and email. It's all free at zero cost to you. You get a PDF with the 10 steps, and you get put into a 91-day email journey, which I hope you will take action on. I built it around the tactics and systems that I have developed for my own life that I have found to be so impactful which is why I'm here, which is what I'm doing in service to you, to elevate the human experience for you, to tap in to your greater purpose. You are your purpose, and I hope you know that. That is so fundamental to everything that I'm doing with Everyday Action Coaching, which is taking action to support you. You are your purpose, so that you can elevate the lives of the people that you love, that are around you, that support you, your parents, your family, your wife, your husband, your children, whatever. Just you. Elevating you has such a profound impact on how you go about your life, everything that you do every day, standing in line, waiting for your coffee, or just communicating with people, right? It's all about these small, nuanced details that build up our day. So before I left you to record this video, we were talking about vitality, the foundation to the growth blueprint. We were talking about, or we were just starting to talk about, nutrition. So whether you're dialed in already, you have a 64 pack, you got muscles the size of Texas, which is not me, obviously, nowhere close, and or you're just beginning to explore what it means to get dialed in with nutrition. So a little backstory: I have been passionate about food, which is why I'm so fat, just joking, for a very long time. And I've been, almost lost me there, guys. I've been cooking for as long as I can remember. And my son started doing this as well. He actually made an omelet for the first time when he was 2 years old. The only thing actually wasn't there, unfortunately. The only thing my wife did was light the burner, but he did everything else. And since then, he's been experimenting in the kitchen, which is absolutely amazing. Sorry, I'm a little lost. This way, I guess. The fuck is going on here? I don't normally go up. There we go. Don't normally go down that way. Oh wait, there's the path. Sorry, this is very disorienting because I came down a little bit of a different way. Whoa, okay. Haha, we're back on. So, nutrition. There are a lot of obvious things, and there are not so obvious things. In general, my whole approach to nutrition is less about calorie restriction and counting calories and doing all that kind of stuff, because I feel like if you're whole and you're at peace and you're dialed in, operating from a place of purpose, right, in which we're going to talk about our core values later, there's no point in overeating because it just doesn't feel good. What used to feel good for people that did overeat before you joined our little collective is simple. You were filling a void by stimulating your palate with most likely high sugar, high fat foods or carbohydrates that would make you feel different than what you were and help plug up a hole in your body and mind. So that shit ends today, right now, because you're locked into a better version of you. Your future you requires that you no longer do that. So we don't focus on calories, counting calories, and so forth. We focus on lifestyle choices that support our other core ideas of vitality, right? Energy, and ultimately promoting sleep and recovery. So we're going to be focusing on whole foods, meaning shit does not come in a bag prepackaged in any way. No more. If you want applesauce, you buy some apples and I'll show you how to make applesauce. If you want chicken soup, I will show you how to buy a chicken, break it down with almost zero effort, a little bit of passive time, but the amount of time that it takes you to make a delicious bone broth chicken soup is maybe 10 minutes total time of active cooking. Passive, maybe 5-6 hours, you get a nice extraction going. In fact, that's what I did before coming on this adventure with you today, is I have a pot in the kitchen, just chilling with a super slow extraction, taking all of the nutrients, the minerals, collagen, beautiful healing, restorative properties, substantive nutrition that will fuel my body, my mind, to keep me going. My children, my wife. It's so vital to have some basic guiding principles around nutrition. And when you get locked in to eating clean, you're going to be feeling good. It's going to propel your training sessions. You're going to be done at the end of the day. You're going to sleep like you haven't slept in so long. It feels so good to be clean, to be grounded, to be energized, to be able to have the power to do the things that you want to do, that you've laid out for yourself. Nutrition, whole foods. Now, I took a breath because this next part can be a little controversial or triggering or whatever kind of other psychological trauma that these people have that get triggered or that play into this idea of controversy. And that is the difference between the bioavailability, meaning how your body, how our bodies absorb the minerals, nutrients, proteins between animal-based and not animal-based. The scientific method, time and time again, supports that animal-based protein and animal-based meat and byproducts, meaning things like eggs, dairy. You know, we have to get granular and talk about our sourcing, but the bioavailability and what you get delivered to you is much more substantial than with a plant-based approach. I love fruits, vegetables, plants, okay? I love them. I'm just saying that the data is extremely clear on this. It's not to say that you can't do it, but it takes a little bit more effort and you need to be more refined in your process if you're going purely if you're going purely non-animal based. And most likely you will need to supplement. And if that's your choice, I love it, I support it. It's just knowing that you have to go through a few more steps if you're not leveraging the power of animal-based meat and animal-based products in general. So, I don't know if I even have to explain that. My whole thing is like, I'm not limiting myself to not supporting other people because they don't eat meat or whatever the case may be. I mean, sourcing is a whole different thing, right? The humane approach to raising animals, slaughtering them is like, it's part of the conversation, but it also is a different part. Okay, I'm just talking about the nutrient density of the food, as well as the bioavailability of the food, meaning your ability to absorb, digest, and process the things that we're seeking, right? It's not just because it tastes good. I mean, a bowl of pasta tastes fucking amazing, right? It's like, whew, amazing. But it's definitely not the best thing for us. And it's definitely not going to be the cleanest source of energy that will sustain us long term. Yes, I love pasta. Yes, I eat pasta. I'm also mindful of it and what it is that I'm putting on top of the pasta, right? So anyways, we're gonna get deeper into carbohydrates, the impact that it has on our body, on our brain, things like our glucose levels, right? Breaking things down into sugar. We really need to be mindful of all of this. Sugar is sugar, whether it's from honey, fruit, a Snickers bar. Ultimately, your body does not distinguish one sugar or another. Agave syrup. There are some key differences between leveraging the power of raw honey, for example, or maple syrup versus refined sugar. But at the end of the day, your body still is processing all of this as sugar. Sugar is sugar. Same thing with fruit. Again, I love fruit. I eat lots of fruit. Fruit is a big part of my diet, and sourcing is obviously important. The type of fruit, when you eat it, correlated to other things, also affects your glucose levels, which we want to try to keep as stable as possible. Okay, for proper insulin function, the way our body processes sugar can affect our energy, how much we're required to have in order to function at our best. Lots of things to talk about. And I'm really focused on making things as simple and as easy for people not only to understand, but to implement. This is about leveraging the power of a system versus a habit. because although habits are part of really well-rounded systems, I think in general, people will have an easier time tapping into a system than trying to build a habit. So we go back to nutrition. Whole foods. Just take that as an idea, right? As a concept, whole foods. So that means that when we go to the store, we're only looking for whole food from the ground or whole animal products, right? So we don't want pre-mixed things in general, because even things that are minimally processed, we want to try to avoid for a variety of reasons. One, it's going to empower us to leverage whole foods in ways that are both simple and easy for us to make into the finished meal at home. It will also expand our ability to be more resilient in the kitchen, which is an important skill set that everybody should know, right? We can get pretty complicated cooking recipes and all these things, which is why I tend to focus more on teaching about technique than recipes. There are basic structures to certain things, like how to dress a salad very effectively and easily using a cool and diverse selection of ingredients that you probably already have in your kitchen. Tiga, where'd he go? Tiga, did he go in there? Yes, he did. Hey, you stay out here. So, no, because we're talking about vinaigrette, here's a very easy, super basic thing, right? Okay. So, and we can talk about how we can expand this idea a little bit. But in general, 2-to-1 ratio to oil to vinegar. So 1 vinegar, 2 oil. You can use your fingers in a jar, any kind of jar. You put 1 finger, very funny. You put 1 finger worth of oil and then 1 finger worth of vinegar, 2 of oil. That's it. That is a basic vinaigrette that you can emulsify, you can shake up, or you could even do it directly into a bowl that you've already put your salad into. Whoa. Tiga. Tiga. Oh, there you are. Come on. Let's not get run over by a car. Great. So, with that, if you wanted to, you can put just a tiny spoonful or a heaping spoonful of Dijon mustard, or yellow mustard, or grain mustard. You could put a splash of, not a splash, but you could put a tiny little bit of honey in there, a teaspoon. So you have mustard, you have vinegar, you have olive oil, you have a little honey. Boom. Honey mustard vinaigrette in 30 seconds. You can take an egg yolk, put the egg yolk in there, shake it up, and you'll have a greater nutrient profile, right? The raw egg yolk is incredible. Amazing saturated fats, just going right up into your brain. Super delicious. You can use any type of vinegar you want, okay? Whatever you want, whatever you have available. So we're gonna break things down in the growth blueprint, in the nutrition series. We're gonna make things easy for you guys. And it's gonna be so simple that you're gonna forget that you're even doing some of this stuff. Okay, for example, we're on the topic of salad here, okay? Salad is amazing, okay? It should be the first thing that you eat at every meal, a small little salad. You can buy pre-washed lettuce, organic, non-organic, okay? All of these things, it's a matter of means and access. But if you're in the United States, whether you're at Walmart or Whole Foods, you can buy all of these types of things very easily, available for not much money, that will be palate expanding. It'll build confidence in the kitchen, and you do it a couple times and you just start tweaking. You just, oh, last time I put a little bit too much vinegar, or maybe it wasn't enough vinegar. Whatever the case may be, you can do it. It's about having fun. And once you start doing it, you realize that unless you go too crazy with certain things, it's kind of hard to fuck up in general. You just want to be mindful with salt, of course. And in general, you want to be mindful with certain things like acid, right? Any kind of acidity that you bring into the mix, you're going to have to balance out with either something slightly sweet or fat, like olive oil or coconut oil, butter, you know, sky's the limit there. So in terms of other things that we should be consuming and making things easy for us, I am a big fan of cheese. Cheese is an incredible source of protein. I am not talking about Kraft or any mass-produced Frankenfood cheese thing. I'm talking about clean cheese from cow, goat, sheep, a mix, okay? Raw, preferably. And so in the United States, you can buy unpasteurized cured cheese, which actually ends up becoming naturally pasteurized because of the curing process. For example, if you shop at Costco, there's Parmigiano Reggiano or Pecorino or cheese from Spain, which tastes amazing. And those three cheeses, for example, are unpasteurized, but naturally pasteurized due to the curing process, which is why Costco sells it. So that is a great protein-rich snack, addition to salad, addition to any meal, eggs, whatever. Super delicious and full of really clean, healthy fats. Obviously, if you're able to source from local dairies, local farms, and other sources that are local, that don't have to ship, that's better for a variety of reasons. But you do what you can with what you have, and you make the best of it, and you celebrate it. It's not about being sad that you can't source because you live in a food desert. It's about being resourceful and leveraging the power of the internet to support you in sourcing. Especially if you live in the United States, you can get anything sent to you. Now, is this ultimately the best for society? No. Is it convenient? Yes. Is it serving our purpose? Yes. Should you do it? Yes. Especially if it makes your time management more leverageable, and especially if you're able to source better quality products. Better quality products that you can't otherwise get. So, nutrition. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the course on School. You can check us out, school.com/everyday action coach. And you can join, which is where we're going to get into more detail about everything that we've been talking in this FlowState episode, along with the Growth Blueprint series, which you can do. And the school community is at zero cost for the time being, but it will be a paid service soon. So I would take advantage in joining, because if you join now, there won't be any cost to you forever. So, oh, we're back already. All right, well, I guess that's it for this edition of FlowState. You'll have to check out the school community to find out more about nutrition, the nutrition course, how nutrition can fuel your training, your vitality, your energy. I really would appreciate it if you could subscribe to this YouTube channel. It does help our engagement to be able to impact the lives of as many people as possible. 1 million people by 2029. I love you. Peace. See you next time.